Welcome back to the Unity Obstacle Course tutorial. In this section, we are going to be going over making a goal game object. So first we're going to start off by making a wall, because this is all more about walls and just other objects within the game space. So we're going to start with a cube, and we are going to name it wall. And then we are going to apply a material to the wall. So we're going to create a new material, and we're going to name this wall. And we're going to use a hex code of 601E1E. And this is kind of like a brown or sort of, I'm not really sure, but we're going to apply it to the wall. And we are going to make this wall have a position of -3, 2.5, and 10, and a scale of 1, 5, 25. And so what we want to notice is that we have the position set to 1/2 of the scale of the wall, and that positions it nicely on the bottom of the game space. And so after this, we need to create a new layer for our goal, because our goal is going to interact with our player in a certain way. So we need to create a layer in layer 10 and name it goal. And now we need to open up the collision detection matrix. So we're going to go to edit, and then we're going to go to the bottom, and we're going to select project settings. And this opens up the collision detection matrix, and we're going to click off everything except the one where the goal interacts with the player object. And then we're going to close this, and we're going to create our goal game object. So we're going to start off by creating an empty game object and name it goal. After this, we're going to add a cylinder as a child to this empty game object. And we are going to we're just going to leave it empty, and we're going to set its scale to 4.14. This makes it a thin disk. And then we're going to give it a 0.10 Y position. We updated the position to be -10, 0.1, and 30. And that should situate the goal a little bit behind the wall. We still have to cross the turret. And then we're going to create a new material for this wall, or for this goal object. And we're going to name it goal. And we're going to give it a kind of a bright color so the player can see it. And we're going to give it 2CFF28. And so after that, we're going to apply the material to this goal. And then we are going to set its layer to 10 as goal. Actually, we had to set the layer object to goal on the root game object named goal. And then after that, a box would pop up and say apply to all children. And of course, you want to say yes to that. And so after this, we're going to add a rigid body to the goal. And so just like that, we add component, go to physics, and say create and add the rigid body. And then after this, we need to add the script for the goal. So we're going to create a new C# script, name it goal. And we're going to open up this goal game object. And we already have our goal script created. And it's very simple. We're going to add this using statement for unity.scene management. Unity engine.scene management, and then we're going to add a void on trigger event to this script. And it's just a very simple on trigger enter. You say scene manager.load scene main if the game object layer is 8, which is the player. And so basically all this does is it searches for 8 if the game object collides, if the game object and the player collides, and then it just reloads our game for us. And so we're going to drag and drop this goal script over to our goal game object. And so then we see that this is added to the game object. And then lastly, we're just going to press Control-Shift-B. We have our scene, this is our build settings, and we're going to add our open scenes, which is just this main. Last but not least, we have to make sure that we select the is trigger on side of the cylinder game object that is the child of the goal, and that is going to allow our goal to interact with our player and actually kind of go. And so that's how that works. It just resets. And then don't forget to also, if this is not working, to set is kinematic to your rigid body. That might be pertinent, but test it out to see whether or not it is. All right, so thanks for tuning in. This has been the goal and just game object in the space thing. And if you see, this wall kind of blocks us off, so just kind of, we're getting there to build a game. You can still go behind it, but you know, the player will listen if you give it the right stuff. So thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Have a good one.